My name is Satej. I'm a Sagittarius, and I'm here to talk about conspiracy theories. Specifically, why every conspiracy theory you've heard, whether it's about JFK being assassinated or Dennis Rodman being a North Korean spy, is false, but not for the reasons you might think. Now, some of you might recall that there was kind of a similar talk last Pecha about the Mandela effect. Isn't that kind of similar? No. The Mandela effect is a physical phenomenon where people remember details from parallel universes as they jump. It's a physical phenomenon. Conspiracy theories are sociopolitical. They're ripples in our institutions. So my thesis is that every conspiracy theory you've heard is false because it's a smokescreen designed to divert your attention from the real truth. And they're muddying the waters that they don't want you to understand. If you think, well, let's take some famous examples. Like a really famous conspiracy theory is that the moon landing was faked. People, point to images of the landing and say like, oh, the shadows are wrong, the flag can't flutter. People are very passionate about this. What you see here actually is Buzz Aldrin punching a conspiracy theorist in the face for heckling him. What people don't realize, however, is that both Buzz Aldrin and this conspiracy theorist were actors hired by NASA to cover up the fact the moon does not exist. Right? This is the deeper truth that they don't want you to know, and that's why they've promulgated a conspiracy theory. Obviously, if there was a rock on top of the Earth, it would fall to the ground. Basic physics, so this is kind of, these are the deeper truths that popular conspiracy theories. Another one is the Paul is dead conspiracy theory. Apparently Paul McCartney died in a car crash in 1968, and the Beatles replaced him with a lookalike. So the cover about Abbey Road is a funeral procession, and if you play Beatles songs backwards, you can kind of hear this message. But this covers up another truth. The Beatles are overrated. I am a water Scooby-Doo is not like lyrical brilliance. Yeah, keep booing me, it's the truth. Apple Records actually started this conspiracy theory, and Beatles sales peaked at the height of the conspiracy. A conspiracy theory close to I won the lottery for a Party in the Sky tickets, but one of my Paris friends did, and then when I got off the wait list, they got tickets. None of my Booth friends had this problem, though, so people are saying that Booth students rigged the lottery. I think Booth students started this conspiracy theory because think about what it would take for that to happen. They would need critical Does this sound like an average? I don't want to answer definitively, but no, it doesn't. They want us to think that they're capable of putting it out, but clearly they're not. Another classic, the size of the universe and how long it's been around. Clearly there must be other intelligent life forms out there. Maybe they're kidnapping us. Maybe they're hidden amongst us. And I think this is a really nice thought, but the truth is that humans are kind of like the Comic Sans of galactic civilizations. I mean, try explaining the Super Bowl to like Martians, and like the fact that some people watch for the ads. I think the stance that other civilizations would take is the stance that like Westerners have towards uncontacted civilizations. Just leave them alone until they figure it out or they kill themselves. This one's a classic. I really like this. The conspiracy theory that George Soros or the Illuminati or someone shady that we don't know is controlling the banking system, but they've left clues on our currency. It's what National Treasure was about. Fantastic movie. One factual inaccuracy is that the real national treasure is the friendships they made along the way. But I think this is an interesting example of a conspiracy theory that saps energy away from a political movement that could actually fix the leakiness of the international tax system. As the Panama Papers showed, the people like controlling the banking system aren't like unknown people. They're people in public life, like Aishwarya Rai, Jackie Chan, Tiger Woods, people like that. Okay, so those have been some simple ones. Let's take a breather before we move into one with multiple parts. It's a multiplayer theory or a multi-stage theory, not to be confused with a multi-Satej theory. My name isn't super common, but there are other Satejas out there. Mostly they're fine, but there's one I hate. He's the guy who controls Satej.com, and this is what you see when you go to Satej.com. Copyright 2003, he hasn't updated it in 16 years, and he refuses to let me take over the domain. I'm so annoyed. Prospective employers think this is my personal domain. Tage, do you think that's a conspiracy? That's what you guys sound like. No, not every conspiracy, like not every inconvenience is a conspiracy theory, right? Sometimes it's just a life-defining struggle against someone who happens to share your name and has a website. Anyway, back to regular scheduled programming. Another classic conspiracy theory is that the government has electromagnetic mind-reading rays, and wearing a tinfoil hat will, prevent those rays from, penetrating your cranium, so you're safe. I think the CIA put this conspiracy theory out because historically, CIA mind control has not been on electromagnetic means; it's been on chemical means. In the 1960s and 70s, the CIA dosed several thousand people with LSD for months at a time, often without their consent. And experiments stopped in the US, but have been known to continue in Canada, and we haven't seen what those files have been declassified. So I think that's why they want people to think that the tinfoil hat will work. But the deeper truth here is that anyone want to read this thought, index it. What is the point of reading these thoughts? So why are conspiracy theories so common? There are a number of explanations out there between psychological projection, modern-day folktales, but the thing that makes sense to me is the need to feel like an expert, to be able to put together 400 seconds of content about a domain, and then after that, answer 3 questions about it. I think it makes people feel good, and it makes people realize that you're an expert. So. Questions? Oh, there's one there.
What conspiracy theory did you use in your Harris application essay?
Ooh, that's a really good one. Number stations. They're these Russian-run radio stations that put out streams of characters and numbers, and people think that they're being used to influence NPR programming. So Ira Glass is a secret Russian agent. So that's okay, I actually can't see anyone raising their hands. I don't know if that's a conspiracy. Just stand up if you have a question. How about that?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
How do you choose which of my theories would be a conspiracy theory on Twitter?
Oh, I don't think that's a conspiracy theory. I thought that was an exemplar of why would the government want to read your thoughts? Okay, to be fair, in Jacob's defense, my tweets are far dumber than his. Last one.
What do you think about flat Earth in Australia?
Look, I'm a reasonable person. I think I'll answer them separately. Australia at one point may have existed, but clearly today it doesn't. Flat Earth, I would say I'm Earth shape agnostic, but I think the best compromise between the opposing views is a cylindrical Earth, because you have the 2 flat caps, but then the roundness on the sides of it. That's a reasonable compromise.